Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Beginner Basics series. This week's video is all about filing and buffing and getting like a clean cuticle line. So if you watched last week's video on how I get thin liquids, it shows a little bit about the cuticle process. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys the full process of how I buff out my nails to get them completely smooth, my shaping process, and even a little bit on how I get my cuticle lines to look like this. So if that's the type of video you're looking for, keep watching. Alright guys, so we're going to get started. This manicure has been freshly dipped and I'm dusting off any excess powder that I have on my nails. Reason being is once I activate my nails, all of that powder gets stuck exactly where it is, and then it's going to make my life a little more difficult. So I'm going to brush off everything as best as I can, and then I'm going to activate it. These are some of the files and buffers that I'm going to be using for this manicure. I do want to note that you want to use a well-used or seasoned file, not a brand new one when you're doing this. So there is a way to prime your files to make sure that you don't hurt yourself by cutting yourself. I'm also going to be using this orange buffing block. You can use whichever one you like, but I love this one. And everything I'm using today is going to be linked below in case you want to shop for these things. So it is important that you activate your powder really well. You want to make sure that it really saturates the nail so that it really gets through all of the layers of dip powder you have on your nail. This way everything can properly harden. I'm also going underneath because I have a little powder under there. So let your activator sit for a couple minutes so everything can properly harden, and when it's time to actually start filing, you'll be able to like tap it with a nail file or something and it should sound hollow. I'm also using this finger rest today to help me stabilize my finger while I'm filing. You will notice that it helps, and it also helps me stay in frame while I'm recording. This video is going to include quite a bit of talking, so brace yourself for all of the chatter. So what I do here is I shape from side to side because I have almond shaped nails, or I'm trying to have almond shaped nails, that is. If you have a coffin or a square, you're going to have to shape your nails accordingly to the shape that you have. So I'm just evenly going from left to right, that way I don't overfile one area over the other. That is one thing that is universal across all shapes, is to make sure that you file from one side to the other. When I file, I make sure I only file the area from the free edge down, and anything that is actually attached to my nail bed, like where my skin is, I do not touch at this point. I only use a buffer with that. This nail is my pain in the butt nail. I was gonna say ass, but I'm not sure if y'all feel about that. Anyways, so this one is my pain in the butt one. It is the harder one for me to shape. I feel like I overfiled on one side a few manis back and it's been kind of hard to recover, so I'll have to fix that with builder gel in a couple days. So I'm going to try to overcompensate on the right side for that so that it looks a little more even, but it's still a pain in the butt compared to the rest of my nails. So if you have that pain in the butt nail, let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure we all have that one that's just awkward and annoying. My pinky nail is going to need a little extra work and elbow grease because I did get a little bit on my cuticle / skin, so that's going to be fun to work through. This next step is going to be filing the underside. What I mean by that is this side that is directly under the nail. I want to make sure it is straight, level, there's no dip powder hanging out underneath there, nothing seeped through. So I'm just taking my file and making sure it's parallel to the surface of the nail, the underside, and just filing all that straight. I also seem to have gotten some on my skin on my pointer finger, so I'm using this tool just really to separate it and break it free, but it's becoming a little difficult, so I might have to just rely on cuticle oil to do that later. Now that I've gotten the underside done and really everything shaped, I do want to focus on buffing my nail. So I'm going to show you guys what I do, but here in the center where the apex or the largest, most prominent point on my nail is supposed to be to help build strength, I'm going to avoid that while I'm buffing. And I'll explain it a little bit more while I'm showing you. When I buff, I try to buff the sides and the perimeter of the nail. So I go around the cuticle, the left side, the right side, and then the free edge as well. And I try not to touch too much of the top of the nail because I don't want to bring down bulk, but I do want to smooth it out. So I only touch that top side when I'm done working on the sides and the free edge and the cuticle area. As you can see here, the top part hasn't really been touched. It doesn't look buffed, so I'm just going to go around the edges a little bit more to perfect it. I really do think you need to take your time with this step. A lot of us can get impatient and frustrated and they're like, whatever, just try to breeze through it. But if you take your time and trust the process, this will come out looking beautiful. Now that I'm pretty much happy with the buffing on this nail, I'm going to give the top a quick little buff to smooth everything out so it looks even. I think it's important to do that so everything looks smooth and equal and the same kind of surface, but you want to make sure you're really working on thinning out the perimeter of your nail, meaning the cuticle area, side walls, and free edge are thinner than the center or top of your nail. And this is generally speaking for people with longer nails. If you have nails that are short, meaning they don't extend past the free edge, don't extend past your fingers, you might not need to create an apex because you're not at risk for your nails breaking. Now that I'm finishing up the buffing portion, I want to focus on my cuticles. So we're not done with our entire process. Sometimes you get dip powder around your cuticles or it just didn't look that great when you applied the base and the dip powder just looks kind of ugly. It's not a pretty curve. So what I do is I take this ergo file and I just run it around my cuticles to create a nice, pretty, like really pretty oval shape around the top of my nail. On myself, I don't like the square look, even though it seems like my nails naturally like to look that way around the cuticles. So I really try to work on shaping the dip powder into a curve around the cuticle area to really just make it look like there's a curve there, even though my cuticles seem to naturally like looking like a damn square. I do want to note that you don't have to use the ergo file to accomplish this. I have a video all on cuticles if you want to go watch that. But it's time to apply any finishing touches, so for example, inspect every single nail, and if there's anything that you missed, something that just needs to be carved out, buffed, anything, you want to do that at this point before you go about activating and top coating. Now that I am satisfied with my entire filing, shaping, and buffing routine, I'm going to activate and top coat it. So I'm going to show you guys right now what it looks like after I've top coated it, and then what it looks like the very next day everything just looks pretty good. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching that. I hope that this video on filing, shaping, and buffing and all that stuff was helpful for you and that you, going forward, have completely smooth and beautiful nails. My one takeaway from this video is to trust the process. You've probably heard that before, but trust me, trust the process. It takes a little bit of patience and some elbow grease to get those lumps and bumps out, and then you'll have a flawless manicure. So if this video helped you, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me. And be sure to subscribe so that you get notified of the video that is coming next week. Alright, bye guys!